Malala mali e aho e ki mo lele e Tonga hono kutoa fia ke utaritali lele ki mo tolu ki ho mo ngahi o ngongo mo le dio kai o maa a television e Tonga ki e hoani i he wakaiko ia ki e ngahi olo i a ngongo. Hoki e he taahine kuini e maho i ngā ke whitaki nima ai kakai mo poate a ahi ki Vaiola i hono tonga ai kina e toonga mo uilelei ai kakai o kutahui i Vaiola. Whakawa whaofisiale e he tama piringi sikalau ni tupo toa urukala lai fi auhi Oceania Championship ai Pasifiki i he paa ke teo whaiwa aniafi. Pea whapapau i mi he kautaha Lolo Pacific Energy o giai ai no wha pensini i he lalotongani. O ko te ewe mga i tala noa kehe na yangi pea i tawakai ki ngā ngongo me he malae ko ia sipote kai o maafoki ai tuunga ko ia oi ea. Ko e wakailewa e ni ki whaai ki kua Liliani porutele. Na e mea e tahine kuini na naspau o uki mo whamamawhai ki he whanua ai mahu inga ki whetaki nima ai kakai potu ngāwe mo ui mo e poate a ahi ki Vaiola i hono tonga ai kina ai ngai fie mau vivili i whare maha ki Vaiola e tokoni ki hono langa hake toonga mo ui lelei e kakai o e whanua i kai ngatai ka ke kau kotoa ki ai kakai o e whanua i he whengawe a kini. Ko hiri eni ene mea o whakailonga i ka mātau i wike whare maha ki wana wani ma mo hono ka veinga tāpe molaka. Ko e taum kotoa o ku whakailonga i he wike uluaki o Novema ai wike whare maha ki ko hiko taimia ne fuafua ho whiai ai whare maha ki Vaiola i e tau tahiwa noa whito i he mahina ko Novema. I me ai tahine kuini na spau o ka koe pataloni e poate a ahi ki Vaiola o ko mau inga mo fie mau vivili ke tākanga e tau fohe. Pea piki hama mo vai manawa i hono teke mo whaivia e ngahi ngāwe i he whalemaha ki Vaiola. Koe tokanga he kua foto o ai tā ke te poate ki a Oceania ai i kai ke ngata pe fie mau ke tokoni ke te kinau toru tā koto i he whalemaha ki Vaiola ka ke tokoni ki hono tonga ai kina e tuunga mo uilelei ai kau tauhi.
Koe ngāhi whitaki nima ko ia e lawa ai ke whakaai ai polokalama tokoni. O whai ki ai turi fua i he tauni. Ke whakatau mai hami isini o iloa whakanou he lea whakapiritania koe UPS, Uninterruptible Power Supply. Ke ne tuhani a iwi whakauhila i Vaiola, ke oana iai hataimi o kuesia a ngahi nau whakawhaitoo o ku ngāwe aki a iwi whakauhila. Pea ke whakatau a ngahi sea e hiwango fulu ke kautau hi mahaki i Vaiola. Ko ngahi sea le leieni, aia e malawa pe ke tokoto mo tauhi o mauhaki i mālolo. Ko katoa e ngahi nau, ko e ni o ki he paanga e tolu kilu. Pea koe tāke tia ke wike whare mahaki ua noa ua nima.
Nane toi mea heni o whamamawhai e ngahi ola ko mau e he whalemaha ki Vaiola i ngahi whingai ake o whai e he poate a ahi ki Vaiola mo tokoni ki he tuonga mo uilele i o mātu unga pe me he ngahi wheta ki ni mā whai.
Ko lawai o kakato he ahoni ai ngā aue ki hono langa fo ou ai a i Vaiola he tawha ak whakatonga. Ko iai hou eiki mo tau ka inga kotoa, ko e whetaki ni ma koe ni o ikai ke whakangata pe ke tātānaki o ngahi tuluta mo ngahi ofa ka aktoe mahulu hake ai fie mau viviri ke tau ngā ue whakataha. Ke lātai mo mahu inga maarie ke a te koe pia mo au whakafo itui ke whakamuomua ai mahu inga ke tau wausia ai mo uilelei.
Lorotonga ni ne whakahaheni e he whakafonga me he poate a ahi ki Vaiola toki tāma a ke tupou. Ko wike whare maha kini, ko whainga maali e ia ke te kinau tolu ke whakakaukau li pōti mo whakafo owe nau tuku pāwhai whatongia ki wharakalaka hono toka ai kina e mo uilelei ko iai tongani. O ku kau ki heni e nau whainga ki toi maluangi hono tauhi ai ngai le kōti e kau maha ki, mea ngāwe whakawhare maha ki mo ngāhi fo i a kau, i loto hapai ke tolonga mo ao ngai tokoni me ngai hoa ngāwe. Nā ne pehe kua lahi ngai ta whaaki kua tokonia i e poate ki e whare mahaki o i kai ngata pe i ngahi nau koe tupeno li neni. Ka kukau kei hono langa ngahi tau anga mea lele, whale whetongi ma ai ta whaaki ko ia ngau i whawawe pe aisi i o me ngahi tokoni ki he pe. Ne whamalo i a heni e he minista e poto ngau e mo uito ke tā ana a kau ola, ai ngahi ngau e kua lawa i ta oni o kau kei hono to ngai kina ai malu koe ka kai o ku tauhi i e whale li ata mai i vai o la.
Whamalo atu i e langa o e a ke ta whakaifo o e whare mahaki, ke malu i ai ngahi kau ngā api, kai pehe ki a kinau tolu o nau i he ta whaaki, whakalelei ata mai, ai o toka ngai e tok ta mapa puloka. Ni lawi tau a ngahi ai kole ke whai a hono langa o e a koe ni, pia whai na mou tali, ka ko whamalo lahi ai, i ngau e lahi kolawa.
Heli ane whoaki atu ai pe heni e he pataloni e poate ahi ki vai o langa koe tāhine kuinina na spau ai tohi whaka mo oni kua kato pia na pangapanga maali e porokalamata koni ne whaingia i e turi fua mi wike e whare mahaki wanoa wa wha ki he ahoni. Na e whoaki heni mo e fuafua to koni ke tātānake ki he tau ngāwe o i tau whoongu ko to koni me he pataloni e poate ka koe tāhine kuinina na spau koe paanga e taha mano. Na e whoaki atu heni me tokoni me Palestini o siasi Tonga koni stoto ne, ka koe sea o e poate me paanga e taha mana tupu. Ke he koe poate a ahi ki vaiola o whengai akia i aha a moeofo me kau taki lotu, pe heke ngai kupu whekau aki. I he mahino koe maa i moa ola eni e tāhine kuini kou ngā whanua kuini salo te tupo tono. Nei uki he tamapiri nisi ka lau ni tupo toa ulu ka lala ai fie mao ke uonga taha ai fie ahui Oceania o ta uni ki ha Pasifiki pe e taha. Koe konga eni mea i hono whakawa wha ofisiali ai fie ahui Oceania Championship ai Adelita i Pasifiki i he paake teu whaiwa i tongani ane awhi. Senolita to i vai moi whakai ki.
Koe fie ahui ko eni koe whakatahataha mai e kaumatakari kehe i he Pasifiki. Ai o kau Kamalansia, mai Kolonsia mo kau Polinisia, o whiau he ngai spot kehe i he loto mala e. I he mea pita mapilinisi kalauni tu poutoa ulu kālala, ko tahane kātoa ngā mahu inga koe konga ahono whamanatua mono kātoa ngai, ai tau te au ni manoa ko nistūtone i tonga ni. O ki ai tui ko tahane whaunga ke whakatahataha i mea ngai whanoi Pasifiki, ke kau whakataha mo tongani i he whawhiawhiai ai ko nistūtone. Nane te mea ku i ai whakaamu, ke hoko whi ahui ko ini ke hā mai e lau mālia o me lino mo wunga taha o i kai ko whi ahui ko hai o ku mālohi, ka koe whi pōpō wā ki ngahi tale niti o ku mao e he kakai o e Pasifiki. Lo tonga ni nei pehe Palestine kautaha atelita tonga Right Honourable whawhikau Semis Whanua, ko ngai whanua whakatoa e wanohe Pasifiki whakataha monu usila mo Australia o ku kau mai ke whi ahui ko ini. Koe make he anga whi ahui tauni, koe uhi koe kau mai ki aimu kau atelita o Hawaii. Nā tui pehe whanua koe tumutumu e whi ahui ko eni, ko na whakatahataha i mai kau matao i he malai e spoti o Pasifiki, tau te whito ke whanau tale niti spoti o ku toki tutupu hake. Ko whainga maalia ke whaiha whiako aki mo whewahewai aki ngahi lelei i he malai e spoti, ko hui ko te lelei angi ahano teo i whanau tale niti spoti he Pasifiki, ki a ngahi whi ahui lalahi, whawaha apule anga. Lo tonga ni nei tuka te petala monu me Palestine kautaha atelite Pasifiki, Robin Zabong Eugenio, ai whiau hilelei mo melino ma ai kau whiau hi.
O guho hai poto ngāwe whi whakatau aki mo e langa whakalakalaka wha ekonomika, ko uhi ko hono toi toloi ai taimi tau mai ki tongani ai wakalolo ki hui ke kahau. Ko e toka ngā lewa, ke ngāwe aki whakapoto e he kakai e whanua ai pensini i he loloto ngani, ke hui ke no whakapensini o ku lolotonga whi ao ko ia mo tongani.
O ku makatoonga e ni mei he toloi ai wakalolo, ai ne amanaki ke tu uta mai ki tongani i he aho ni. O toloia ke toki tau mai i he aho moni te wike kahau, tupu mei he palopalema wha teknikale ai waka. E tok tu uta wakalolo i tongani, e tok tu whakilewa ki he ngahi pausa, i he hili ahanu whakahifo ai lolo mei he waka. Ko e tokanga, ko e hui ko whapapau i mai mei he kautaha Lolo Pacific Energy, o ku iai no whapensini i he lolo tongani. O ko mahino ki hongongoni ai lahi ngahi pausa ko kamata pe ai maha me he pongpongi o ahoni, pe a whemo e kina mo ngahi tōmu ai ngahi pausa ni ihi, ko e kiu ki ngahi pausa ako kei toi e nau pensini, ka hui koe whie mau ha utu ki ngahi me alele. Ko ti solo o kei whainga maali e pe i ngahi pausa o ikai hatono no. Kai ke he koe kawe ingani na o slahi pe lau lea ki ai, ko hui koe hoko hoko mai ai no ai pensini mo e tali me he puli anga, e whai ai ngāwe ki ai, ke sio ki ha e lia ke te whakalahi ai tuku anga lolo a tongani, ko hui ke whakawhinga malia i ai koloa lolo. O kei whai ngāwe wa apule whiunga mo ngā kautaha lolo Pacific Energy me Total Energy, ke whapapau i e ikai ke te hoko, ha palo pale ma peheni. Nea swetu take au ngongo ke kau maumawhai ke tuku mai whakaiki ki whikau ake me kawe ingani, ka nai te eki ke whai maali e hataha. Kai ke kua tuku mai totongi fo e koloa lolo ke mahina katuu ai e kamatangawe akia i he pule lulu o e wike kaha u. Ko totongi fo ke pensini mo ti solo e ki tu umau pe i he totongi lolo tonga, ai a koe paanga e tolu se ni tahanima ke lita ai pensini, pe a paanga e tolu se ni te wanoa ke lita ai ti solo. Koe kalasini e hikia aia e hiki ake sini te nima me he totongi lolotonga ki he totongi fo'ou.
Pea nei mea no pele maafu ane awhi o whakailonga i ka mata hono whakaata o i misiu me tuku aho e kolisi kotupou, ke whakawhainga maalie mo mamata i he kakai he whunua o iloa e polo kalamani ko e whakali ali tonga whunua mono ia. Koe konga eni e ngahi polo kalama ko whotutu e kolisi kotupou ke poupou ki hono katoa ngai o e te au ni mango furu tau a e konistu tone i tongani.
Tonga whanua manu ia. Tonga, a blessed land. These words echo through 150 years of sovereignty, celebrating a vision that transformed a Pacific kingdom forever.
I he whaike eke a ngō ngā le te o tonga me toko taha kune toka ngā e misiu me ana a te ola nane pehe. Ko tahane nau mahu inga o kei tauhi i he api ko toloa, ai ngahi koloa whakatonga ko lau sentuli a hono tauhi. Nane pehe ko e hui ke whawhiwhia i ko ene tau te au ni manoe ko nistu tone, pene whakauka e ko lisko tupou ke whaali ali a ngahi koloa, me ngahi tohi ko nistu tone a sias tupou uluaki, ke whailonga i aki ai wike mahu ingani.
Hako uluaki pe ke mau kaua i he whiawhia, mai maalali e katoanga, e ene a whio pe mai whanua. Te au ni manoa tau e tau ataina, pe mai konistu tone, pe tau mua uluaki pe ia. Pe mahau ke whikaua, pe mahau mahu inga tahi ki a au ia, ke whaha ke whanau ako. Ai ki nau ko tau i he apini. Nei heni a mea heni a Lord Maafu, ka ma Lady Sela Maafu, ke whakaola ai ngā ue koe ni. Pau mau whiawhia mau tōria to expose as much ki he public, ke mau inga o e konistu tone, first hand, pa mo mau inga peo tau historia. Ai koe whainga maalia ke awhi mai ai i he building koe ni, it's not a public space ke i toloani. Ka koe whainga maalia o mai e he pule, kau maaine kau ngā ue ke whaataeni, ta tau pia mo e story o lunga, ke lava mai ha taha pe ia o whia ilo ki he nau tau he apini, a tā o pito pe.
Lotonga nina te whamala ala atiola ke ngahi koloa whakatonga ako kei tauhi i he misiu me.
Ai mei tau te awen mei ai, koe ngahi koloa koe tui pe, na e mai moe tahine ke kawai pe moi whanua he lawe i ai ngahi koloa koe. Kono mau inga koe kia mau tau i hen, koe ngahi koloa motua, o kuia e ngahi whamatala i ke whanua. Mga mai siasi kia mau tau, mo kita pe ia personally. Koe mea mau whiawhia ke mau kei tau he ngahi koloa koe ni, kono mahu inga moe ki kau miss nale na nau tau hilele mea ange e nau tol ngahi koloa whātonga behind me. Koe tau mea lele e kau muli. So yes, koe mea mau whiawhia he ki nau koe no ku tau he api.
O ko mahino ai mahu inga a hono kei tauhi mai ngahi koloa whakatonga ai tonga, pe ako kei talai a historia mo e talatuku whakaholo me iono a ho. Koe toka ngā, Ka hui o alu ke mōlia to ngahi tala historia ai Tonga, pe o ikai ke iai hakakai I Tonga ni ke nauma o ngahi tala tuku whakaholo mo ngahi historia ko ia. I ene pehe ko whengai ko liskotupo ke tau hi mo whakama opo ngahi koloa o kulolotonga mau I he misiume ke tau hi ko uhi ko kaha o mo hono tala.
O nia ngongo whakaloto whanua ia ki e hoani ko ngahi o ngongo me mala e o e sipoti hoko mai o kahili eni mo Mark Ake.
Malo tau ke whea mai ma wakai ke whakamoimoi taha me mala e o sipoti ki e houani. Me he mala e o akapuluri ki. Ko whakaloloa he hawhi maloloa tonga ni. Ata hingano ane area pau mo timi York I e whea o hi Super League. E toi tui pe e hingano e whalani e York Knights I he tau fo ou. Koe vainga ene hingano maa York talo me si ulai o e wafe ua. Ne wak vainga hingano mai timi Lee Leopards I e whea o hi Championship. Ko whea o hi Championship, ko whea o hi Klasi ua ia, ke whea o hi Super League. Ko ne vainga tu o fitunga furu ma York. Na ane to taki a York, ke nao mao ipu, tahi wawalo ni ma, moi sila e whea o hi Championship ki he tau ni. Na roki vainga hingano I hi NRL mai timi Warriors, mai Canberra Raiders, ki mua bene hiki inglani o vainga mai Southern Red Devils, I he wanoa ua taha. Nā ne kahu I timi mati mātonga, e nā waka ki sim whainolo e whiahu ipa mamani I e ua whetā whitu. Nai pehe hingano ne lahi ka kai ki mua ne nā sio laro I he ne tareniti, ka he tai nimi o kune whenga ke whakahoko hangahi lava mea whakahistoria e whiahu I Super League. Ko hingano o kune lava o vainga leo kolo, huka, whesi, pehe whoki ke hawhi.
Ko e wakailewa eni ki tu o ngā oe ea I hona tuku mai me wā wakaimatangia tonga I whamoto mo e poto ngāwe Meidek.
Malo lau malia hou eiki mo e lelei ai tonga kotoa, tai lelei ki moto ki tau whakamatala ea ko ia ki he whiawhini. Ngā hei talanala lahi ko e whiawhini ko no toi whamanatu pe ai sisi angi ko ia e uhau tō ke whungai whonua, pea oku iai ai whakaamo ke ngā whapoto aki ai vai meli e to te whiton ke nope mo e whimea tokoni, he mai ka ngowe ki tō kanga, he leia pito ke fui ai ngowe anga ko uhi ko sisi iangi ko ia ai uha. Ua tō mai ki he whungai whanua e tau whai whanonga mai koe ni. Ka koe aho nia mo tau wakai ke I misi satellite whamui taha e ne hanga o whawhotunga mai a sisi I ko ia ai ngahi au aso tau ngahi elia, mahino pe na e alo maali e pe kotoa oi o tonga he tau whanonga mai koe ia aho ni. Ai e hoko pehe atu ai pene o au ki a pongi ko uhi koe alo maali koe ne whakatonga. E kei ngā ono whakahaha ki ai pe o toka ki whatonga hake e tau au ka pongpongi. Pea tēne kei whetutuku mai e pe ai hawili ki a ngai me hake mo tonga hake o hako ka koe hoko atu ai pe ai alomali e o tonga I hoa e ua whako ia ka hoko mai. Ai alewa koe ngai whatokanga in kei whahno tuku atu koe whatokanga hako. Kei tuku atu pea ki he vai whanua koe o ngoni wawawa o kei o maa haapai. Pea oku e hoko atu ai hapako ia koe ni whawhawhu atu ke toi ngā koe ia oe wikeni. Ka ko taungahi po tahi o ke tukatu pe whatonga hako kai o maa ai whale koe ke ngai whakatou tai iki. Ko ki nao tōru au tū lawe ango fua taim ko hako peheni ai. Ke ango niwa o au mai ki Tongatapu ni pea mo e ua. E koe hako koe ni e toronga ai pe ia. I e toi ngā koe ia oe wikeni. Whanki whakatou tai iki a whaampe ke mo te whaongo mai. Ki he whamatala ea, e toi whakapoto-potonga e whaitutuni ko uhi nā hoka whatamaki, ko uhi koe hako. Ka i e Pasifiki, koe alamaari eni, o whanonga I pe tonga hake a pongi, whetutuk mai hawiri pe me hake pe moe tonga hake, pea koe alatamaki uha koe ni I Samoa, pea mo niwe, e whanonga hifo, ki he otonga he whasinga ko ia oe wike ni, sāpate kai umaai mōni re pa moe tūsi te ko ia oe wike kāu. Kai tau te whitoen ki toke lau e kamata mai ai o hai whasinga wike ni, o ni wā wawa o hapai, Kei o maa e nea o mai ki Tongatapu pa mo e ua e he mo ni te pa mo tusi te koia o e wike ka hau pe hoko atu whoki ano Moimoi lele ai oha koe ni ki he wike ka hau ke hui ko e aho mālolo o e wike ka hau pe mo hono katoa ngā i ko ia o e tau te au ni manoa o e tawataina. Kai tupe mua ke hoko atu a hono Moimoi o e ngahi oha koe ni o tau siwa ke he wike ka hau. Kai ke koe e whiawhine o ngā o ki he pongpongo ia a pongi ke hoko atu pe alamali e taftonga e langi i he kotoa o e otunga pea koe maula tahifua mawhana he tikirisi o te ase uoua ua tolu i Tongatapu pa mo e ua mawhana lelei pea wawao pe mo e otu haa pahi tikirisi o te ase ua whawa ni mai poni ka mawhana angia o ni waia e tikirisi o te ase ua ono he poni havili a ngai pa mi hake pa mo e tonga hahake pea o kua uia ke mai tahi e wanima i hanga he taini. I e po tahi o ni wā oa o mai ki Tongatapu ni pea mo e ua. Po tahi ko ia tere ki tonga pea mo tere ki toke lau o toka maali e pe. I mai e tahi pe ia e hong fulu ki he taha nima o ki kai kia o hako hako ia. Ke ngai po tahi ko ni i he whakatonga. I tau wakai ko ia ke a pongpong yange ke whalaite e ke hoko atu pe al maali e. Ko i ongo ni wā pe hui ai hangai uhatu umotoa ko i hui ko i maalohi yange. Ai hako hako a pongi i he tau wakai ko ia ki he ongo niwa e a ufokia ke mare tahi i tau noa a pongi he ongo niwa kai ke hako hako pe a wawau po tahe wawau a mai ki Nuku'alofa ni pe mo ewa i mare tahi ewa nima pe mei ke nofo pepe ko ia ngai haviri me hake mo i tonga hake a pongi pe a mawhana pito fua mawhana a pongi i he tiki se se wawalo ki he tau noa he ongo ni wā a pongpongi mahino pe e la yang e taimi ko ia e la a lelea i a pongpongi. Kai ke ko taimi ko ia tahi ke koutou tai, tau maali e ia ahinghengi heo totonu aiwa, pe e tok mahatoka i hawhe hiwa i he pongi ko ia a pongi. Pe tau wafaka pongi i he hopo e la a, i he toe ua ko ia ki he ono, pe a tō whake mahina ia ahinghengi i he toe nima ki he ua. Pe ko tau whanongatin ke katoa ko ia mahina, katoa e mahina he aho ono ko ia Novema ai a ko tu apule lulu ia o i wiki ka hau pe a o tau amanaki pe ki haki vai o i katoa e tō mai ke whonga whonua ai a whoki whakatatau ki tau ngahi ilo tu whonua e malawa pe ke tō mai ai ki vai o katoa ki mu ai aho e ua pe a katoa e mahina pe koe o se aho e ua pe a katoa mei he katoa ko ia o mahina kai tu pe whoki tau whai honu Moimoi ai tau whanonga at koe ni ki he wike ka hau. I he doenga ko ia whamatawa e a whausinga wike ni ke purelu o wike ka hau ke huko kat pe almali e. He doenga ko ia o e wike ni ko e wike ka hau pe tau sio atu e iai hau hatu moto e a o ki ai. I moni te oa o ke purelu ko e wike ka hau ki Nuku'alofa ni. I he tau wakai ko ia pe me he e whiawhini. Mawhana pita fua mawhana he te kliso te ase wahiwa doenga ko ia wike ni. Ka e te kliso te ase wa fitu wa walu. I he wike ka hau mahi no pe me au whiangi whotunga o e langi i he wike ka hau pe a mohangahi uhato moto i he tau wakai at ko ia i he whiawhini. Ka koe lama ka kato mo whamatala e koe ke he whiawhini ma alo pito mo mea mai ka tau tok whilongo aki i he tahi mita tau a pongpongina.
Ko e whamatala e ai ke hauani ka tau toi wakaiangi pe he ke ngahi ulu i o ngongo. Hoki e he tāhine kuini e maho inga ke whetā ki nima ai kakai o e whanua i hono toka ngai kina ai to unga mo uilele e kakai o kutau ki i mai o la. Whakaama whaofisiale e he tamapili nisi kalauni te poto aru kalala fi auhi Oceania Championship ai Pasifiki e pa ake teu whaiva aniafi pe a whapapau me ka taha lolo Pacific Energy o gia e no fra pensini i he lolo tongani i tongani. Moe ka kātai pia o ngā hiongongo me ledio kai o maa televisone tonga ki he hauani me whakaamo o tāpito tonga ki pia ki laka whai katoa. Kai malo e tau kei whi au mai o me a.
Good evening and welcome to your English news package with radio and television Tonga News for tonight. Making headlines, Her Majesty Queen Nanasipa'u emphasized the importance for the public to work together with the Ministry of Health in ensuring the progress of people's health. Crown Prince Tupotoa Ulukalala emphasizes sports as a tool for unity in the Pacific as he opened the Oceania Athletic Championship at Tongatapu Stadium yesterday. And government warns public to manage petrol usage wisely as the country faces a fuel shortage. We'll have these and more stories later on in the bulletin, together with sports, to wrap up with the latest weather updates. Now for the stories in details. Her Majesty Queen Anasba'u officially opened the Viola Hospital Port of Visitors Week this morning. The theme for this year's celebration is Resilient Moving Forward.
Since 1907, the Ministry of Health has observed the first week of November as Viola Hospital Port of Visitors Week, recognizing the vital role the port plays in supporting the nation's main hospital. In her address, Her Majesty Queen Anasba'u emphasized the importance of collaboration between the public, the Ministry of Health, and the Viola Hospital Board of Visitors in improving services and securing essential equipment for the well-being of patients at Viola Hospital. She highlighted the board's key goal for 2025-2026 to provide the hospital with an uninterrupted power supply or UPS system. This backup power source is critical to maintaining the operation of medical services and safeguarding patient data, ensuring that essential hospital equipment remains functional during power outages. In addition, the board plans to supply the hospital with 90 chairs for caretakers, recognizing the importance of their comfort and health as they support patients. Her Majesty stressed that these are urgent needs for Viola Hospital and called upon all people of Tonga, including non-government organizations, church leaders, government ministries and schools, to support the board's effort to raise 300,000 ba'anga to strengthen hospital services and facilities. Representing the board, Dr. Ma'aketupo said the week's services is a time to reflect, report and renew their shared commitment to healthcare in Tonga. He acknowledged the significant assistance the hospital has received from donor partners and the Viola Hospital Board of Visitors, while noting that much work remains to be done to ensure proper care for all.
Looking ahead, we must urgently address the unsafe storage of equipment, medicines, and also patients' records that are stored in Latu. We are happy that we have all the donors here. These resources deserve protection. The most pressing need is to construct a secure storage unit nearby to safeguard supplies, preserve patients' confidentiality, and ensure proper care.
Health Minister Dr. Ana Kauola commended the ongoing efforts of the board, noting that their work continues to enhance the quality of health services and promote the overall well-being of the Tongan people. After the program, the patron of the Viola Board, Her Majesty Queen Anasba'u, offered 10,000 ba'anga to the board, the first assistance for the year, to help with their work. As part of supporting the work, the president of the Constitution Church of Tonga and the chairman of the board donated over 10,000 ba'anga. However, this is part of their efforts to contribute to the health of Tonga, as this project was first started by Her late Majesty Queen Salotitupo III.
His Royal Highness Crown Prince Tupotoa Olukalala called for unity across the Pacific at the official opening of the Oceania Championship for Pacific athletes held yesterday at the Tongatapu Stadium. Let's take a look. This competition brings together participants from various Pacific regions to compete in different sporting events on the field. In his remarks, the Crown Prince says that this event is one of the important celebrations that also contribute to marking the 150th anniversary of Tonga's constitution. Sport is one of the ways to unite the Pacific nations, and this regional competition is great for bringing together representatives from around the Pacific to also join Tonga in celebrating this significant constitutional milestone. Meanwhile, the president of the Tonga Athletic Association, Right Honourable Reverend Semis Fonua, says that a total of 20 Pacific countries, including New Zealand and Australia, are participating in the competition. Fonua added that the main goal of this championship is to bring together sports professionals from across the Pacific, especially emerging young athletic talent.
This athletes' meet is fortunate to have an Olympic gold medalist with us. And that is the aim of the Oceania athletic competition, to guide the young athletes of the Oceania to join with the youth of the world in sports. There's life there. Now, and not only that, but you are entertain the people of the world. You serve the people of the world. And I do hope successful and have fun. Enjoy yourself. On behalf of Tonga Athletic Association, we welcome you to Tonga.
During the ceremony, the president of the Pacific Athletic Association, Robin Sapong Eukinio, also extended best wishes for a successful and baseball competition. A special highlight of this year's event is the participation of athletes from Hawaii, as it is their first time joining the competition. This competition provides an opportunity for networking and sharing of experiences to help develop and prepare young Pacific athletes for future international competitions. The Ministry of Trade and Economic Development is urging the public to manage their petrol wisely at this time due to the current shortage of fuel supply in Tonga. The shortage has been caused by a delay of the fuel supply vessel that was expected to arrive in Tonga today. The ship arrival has been postponed to next Monday because of the technical problems. Once the shipment arrives in Tonga, the fuel will be offloaded and then distributed to the gas stations. The confirmation comes from the fuel company Pacific Energy, which has verified that there is currently a shortage of petrol. According to a statement from the Ministry of Trade and Economic Development, many gas stations have already run out of petrol since yesterday, leading to long queues at the few remaining stations that still have fuel, as people rush to fill up their vehicles. However, diesel remains available at most stations as had not yet experienced shortages. This situation has long been a concern due to the fuel shortages, and the government has stated that it will look into expanding Tonga's fuel storage capacity to ensure more stable fuel supplies in the future. The competent authority is currently working together with the Pacific Energy and Total Energy to make sure that such problems do not occur again. Radio Tonga News contacted the Ministry of Trade and Economic Development for further details regarding the situation, but to no avail. Meanwhile, the new fuel prices for next month have already been released and it will take effect on Wednesday next week. The new prices for petrol and diesel will remain the same as the current rates. Petrol is at 3 paanga and 15 seniti per litre, and diesel 3 paanga and 20 seniti per litre. However, the price of kerosene will increase by 5 seniti per litre for the current rate. And Lord Ma'afu officially launched the opening of the Paul College Nuku'alofa Museum to the public yesterday in an event held as part of the Tonga Whanua Monoia program. This initiative is one of the activities organized by the Paul College in celebration of the 150th anniversary of the Tonga Constitution. Let's take a look.
Tonga Whanua Manuia. Tonga, a blessed land. These words echo through 150 years of sovereignty, celebrating a vision that transformed a Pacific kingdom forever.
Speaking to Radio Tonga News, the museum coordinator Eseta Aholele says that the museum preserves many valuable Tongan artifacts that have been safeguarded for over a century at Toloa. She explained that in recognition of 150 constitutional celebration, the Bow College decided to display the valuable items that give in their Nuku'alofa museum for the public, as these are historical treasures, including original documents and constitutional records from King George I, all organized in this special exhibition as their contributions to this important national week.
This afternoon we opened the exhibition Tonga Whanua Monuia, Tonga, a Blessed Land. We've had the Nuku'alofa Museum closed for some months now, and it's the first time to open up the museum collections for public access. It's in celebration of the 150th anniversary of the Tonga's constitution, and so it's a fitting time to reopen the collections for people to come and visit us at the Bow College.
Aholele highlighted the importance of traditional Tongan artifacts preserved within the museum, emphasizing the importance of maintaining these cultural treasures as they hold the stories and history of Tonga's past.
The museum collection has been identified as the only museum with historical or authentic artefacts in Tonga, within Tonga. The collection has over 200 objects, 200 koloa that have been catalogued, and still more are being added to the collection. A major part of the collection was from the late Queen Salote's donations to the Nuku'alofa Museum, and this includes koloa whakatonga, some kumete is included in today's kumete kai in today's collections on display. Different weaponry, upovai, day-to-day utilitarian objects. Some of the more recent koloa that has been added is featured here is newer weavings that was from His Majesty Tupowono's commemorating his 65th birthday. So there is a big variety from what we consider as utilitarian or everyday objects to cultural objects. Yeah.
There is concern that many of Tonga's oral histories are at risk of being lost, since fewer people today possess deep knowledge of these ancestral narratives. Therefore, the Bow College is working to preserve and document the remaining artifacts and historical materials in the museum to ensure they are protected for the future and their histories and stories can continue to be shared.
Tonga Whanua Monuia. Tonga, the blessed land where compassion shaped the constitution, faith preserved the kingdom, and a people remain united across generations.
That's it from Local Scene. Sport is up next after this break with Mark Ake. Stay listening.
Welcome to this hour's sports package of Radio Tonga News. To Rugby League, experienced halfback Ata Hingano has penned a contract extension with Super League newcomers York ahead of the 2026 campaign. The former Tongan international boasts 8 test caps on his CV, has been with the Knights since July 2022. Having initially joined on loan from then fellow championship outfit Lee, the 28-year-old swiftly signed a 3-year deal at the LNER Community Stadium and now has 70 appearances in Lee colours. Now having helped Mark Applegoff's side to both the 1895 Cup and Championship League Leaders Shield in 2025, he has extended his stay further and will form part of their squad in Super League next year. Hingano played in the NRL for both New Zealand Warriors and Canberra Raiders at the start of his career before moving into the British game with Salford Red Devils in 2021. Featuring in Super League for the Red Devils, he then formed part of Lee's all-conquering squad in the second tier in 2022 before his switch to York. After inking his new deal, the playmaker said that the club has been overlooked in the past, but everyone believes in what they could achieve, and they're going to make history by reaching the Super League. Also able to slot in at fullback, hooker and Moose, the 28-year-old has 117 first-grade appearances at club level under his belt across both sides of the world. Born in Auckland, he is just 7 away from reaching the milestone of 100 across all competitions in the British game alone.
That was the latest from sports with Mark Ake. Here's one final look at tonight's top stories. Her Majesty Queen Tongatapau emphasized the importance for the public to work together with the Ministry of Health in ensuring the progress of people's health. Crown Prince Tupotoa Ulukalala emphasizes sports as a tool for unity in the Pacific as he opened the Oceania Athletic Championship at Teuwhaiwa Stadium yesterday. And government warns public to manage petrol usage wisely as the country faces a fuel shortage. That's it for tonight. Thank you for company. I'm Latu. Good evening.